Today we're trying to set up the old 3D printer. I want to print some stuff for my music gear to kind of have risers and have various ways to configure things. I didn't want anything that was specific that I had to purchase on eBay for some piece of gear. So last night I looked on Thingiverse and found a bunch of adjustable different forms of legs and risers and stands, and I've chosen one here, which is this interesting two-piece deal where you have this foot that kind of holds the front part of a device, and then it has this kind of ramp on the back side, but the ramp has three different positions and they kind of fit together, snap together. So right now it's a little early to say anything about the final print, but this is just the process now. Revisiting my Maker Farm 8-inch Prusa i3V after honestly a couple years of printing anything the last time. So I have to do the zeroing, auto homing, and I created this test card because I know that about the thickness of a post-it note is about what you need. So now we're going to see what does the first layer look like as it's printing, and doesn't look too bad. It's actually not close enough to the build plate, so I'm going to readjust it. That first layer is really important, that it kind of gets smushed down a little bit, but I'm going to let it at least complete its first layer so I can see what parts need more help. Yeah, definitely. You see this kind of stringiness happening, and that means it's just too far away. So we'll be back once it's adjusted. The adjustment, by the way, happens on this one with this little screwed in deal. It's a micro switch. It doesn't have a great positioning, but the first thing that I just did was to kind of level the plate using these screws on the corners. I just found that this one in the back left was a little bit high compared to the other ones. So that's all good. And now I just have to get the position of this thing exactly right, and usually it's trial and error 2 or 3 times of adjusting it. Should get it dialed in. It looks good right here, but not there, not there. So maybe it is a little bit off level. There's also a layer of dust, which printing a bit on it will remove that and get us down to our Aquanet spray hold. What is this stuff? This is hairspray. It's been a while since I used this, but I use this for the build plate adhesion since this is just a piece of glass. Okay. Alright, so we're looking here at Cura, and what I was just noticing is that the print actually over here is a bit far that direction. Really, I'd like everything to be kind of more toward the center, the home. As you see, it's got the axis right there. So I'm going to flip these around and move this all a bit closer to the home area, and then we'll try another print, because it was coming off here and it didn't fix itself. It just looked kind of messy, so rather than let that ride for 4 hours, we're going to fix it and restart with a little better setup. Okay, and here's what it looks like reoriented, and I've prepared it so it sliced it again, and now I'm just going to save it to the removable drive. And hit eject, and we'll take this SD card back over to the printer to see how it goes. Okay, now we're back at the printer. Put the SD card in and start the print again. Step foot, stand foot. Alright, so right now we can see the hot end, the part that heats the plastic, is only 63 degrees Celsius. The print bed is 89 out of 90, so once it hits 90, then this will start heating. As you see now, it's got a target at 250C. So I'll be back in a minute when it's actually started printing. So now we can see it is getting close. 248C, 249, and in a second it will start auto homing. Okay, this is looking really good, so I think I'm going to set this on a time lapse. Alright, the print's done, and now it's actually fully cooled off, so a lot of times this thing will just come right off the print bed, but it's been a while, so we'll have to see. We'll use this to get it off. Uh-oh, and that actually cracked the print. I tried this this print sort of with minimal plastic. You can see this is not your standard info pattern. This is only 10%. And it's also a triangle pattern. This plastic's a bit old, so it's a little incomplete. It still might work for the purpose. I need to print another set of these to make an actual stand. But I'm just going to remove this, and then we'll take a look at what the final product is. Okay, not really final. I gotta take off all the brim material which is for adhesion to the print bed, and at parts it looks like the layers want to come apart. So it's gonna need more infill, obviously, and I think maybe a little bit more flow rate of the plastic just to make a more solid print. But all part of the process of kind of dialing it in, and also I could get some new ABS filament as well, which might work better. So we'll see once I take all this off if we can fit this piece together. You usually have to file it as well. So in theory these are supposed to fit together, but well, and this is not really a part that would need to be filed to normally fit in. But as you can see, this is a little tight, or even not going to fit at all. Oh, actually does go together. I kind of think I might not be able to get it apart, but let's just try and push it together, since I might have to print this again anyway if I want to. Yeah, so that's not going to work. It has to be printed with more infill, but you know, not a bad first test. It took 5 hours and 25 minutes, according to the printer, to print this. So.